The OECD's 2016 statistics say that Koreans sleep 7 hours and 41 minutes per day on average, which is the shortest of all OECD member countries. Another survey by a local research group found that 47% of Koreans think they are suffering from a lack of sleep every day. If the numbers are correct, Koreans' sleep quality is subpar. We don't need a doctor's diagnosis to understand that sleep quality and sufficient hours of sleep affect our health and happiness. But there are many people who experience various kinds of sleep disorders: insomnia, sleep apnea, and restless leg syndrome, to name a few. The number of sleep disorder patients in Korea was about 180,000 in 2007, but it almost tripled to 490,000 in 2016. It's not just the number of visitors to clinics that increased. The size of the industry for sleep aids or sleep quality has also swollen. It is estimated that products and services related to sleep is valued at more than 2 trillion won, which is expected to grow further. We spend 1/3 of our life sleeping. Well aware of the importance of a good night's sleep, people nowadays are ready to do more than before, including opening their wallets. In addition to diet and exercise, getting the right amount of sleep is essential to live a healthy and productive life. Sleep is underrated in the overall factors related to health. Getting enough sleep is healthy and beneficial in your work or studies. So that first part of the sentence, I said sleep is underrated. So if something is underrated, especially if we look at health, we think that eating right and exercise are the most important, and we don't have to sleep that much. That means we are underrating it. We are dropping its rating or its value below what it's worth. We can also use underrated for almost anything. For example, if you think a movie is very good, but the critics don't think so, you would say, oh, that movie is underrated. Or if you saw a baseball player that you really liked and you saw how this baseball player performed on the field, but most people said he wasn't good, then that person is underrated. Also, even in an office, if someone who works hard but doesn't brag about their work and does a lot for the company, that employee might be underrated. Sleep deprivation puts you in a higher risk category for deadly health conditions. It can also increase the chances of developing neurological disorders. So I said sleep deprivation. So to be deprived of something, it's something that you need or want, but you're not getting enough of. So to be sleep deprived means you are not getting the sleep you need. So you should be getting 8 hours, but you're only getting 6. You're being deprived by about 2 hours of sleep. And then on the other sentence, I said, it can also increase the chances of developing neurological disorders. Neurological is when something dealing with the brain. Neuro in Latin means your brain. So the neurology is the study of the brain. So a neurological disorder would be something that was mentioned before. For example, depression, dementia, Alzheimer's, or any psychotic problems with the brain are neurological disorders. Negative mental and physical problems can result if you do not get enough sleep. So I said negative mental and physical problems. So again, negative mental problems are, not like we mentioned before, depression, dementia, Alzheimer's, or any sort of psychological disorder. Products and services related to sleep have skyrocketed around the world. Korea has jumped on the bandwagon. So I said that the products and services related to sleep have skyrocketed. So if something skyrockets, it takes off very quickly and goes up rapidly. So if you are invested in the stock market and your stock is worth 10, the next day it's worth 100, that means it's skyrocketed. It increased at a very sharp angle and went up very high. And I said Korea has jumped on the bandwagon. The bandwagon means if you've jumped on the bandwagon, it means you've joined a trend or you're participating in something that everyone else is doing. For example, if I know the Fila Disruptor shoes, those very large sneakers, they're kind of in fashion. If you buy one of those, you've kind of jumped on the bandwagon because if everyone's wearing them and you wear them, you are now part of the trend or what everyone is doing. So in this case, Korea is now on the bandwagon of purchasing all these new products related to sleep. Korea is now part of the multi-billion-dollar whirlwind of the sleep industry. So a whirlwind is like a mini tornado. A whirlwind, if you think about it though, in relation to comparing it to something, it means like a whirlwind is kind of an unorganized, crazy time in, you can relate it to when things are happening and changing very quickly. So what this is saying is that if the market for sleep products is at 2 trillion won, that means everybody's buying, everyone's getting these sleep disorders. All this is happening very quickly. That's kind of a whirlwind. Also, you can compare it to, let's say, if there's a holiday like Korean Thanksgiving or New Year's Day, you would go and you would ask, hey, how was your holiday? Oh, it was a whirlwind. It means that there was a lot of family, a lot of drama, a lot of cooking, a lot of cleaning, a lot of traveling. All those things are very chaotic and happening at one time. So we call that situation a whirlwind. The time and quality of sleep is individually based. Being overly concerned about how long and how well you sleep might be an overreaction. So the first part, the time and quality of sleep, is individually based. Individually based, or it is on an individual basis, case by case. We use these all to describe if, everyone is different. So on an individual basis, for example, me, I need about 8 hours of sleep to function at 100%. However, I know people, they can go and sleep 5 hours, 6 hours, and they're at 100%. So each individual has a different want or need. And then I finally said that how well you sleep might be an overreaction. So our overreaction is, if you think about sleep and you start getting worried and that you're stressing that you're not getting enough sleep, you're kind of overreacting so you should be calm. So an overreaction is when you react to something more than you should. Like, for example, if you have a fight with someone in your office and you quit, that might be an overreaction. You should probably take a day, sleep on it, then go back and maybe discuss and try to find a solution than trying to end the relationship. It is up to you to decide on what is right for you when it comes to sleep. Your needs might differ from those around you. So again, your needs might differ. So when we talk about your needs, they're different from another person's needs. So for example, my needs, I need 8 hours. Your needs, it might be 8 hours. So each person has different needs, but like we always say, her needs, his needs, our needs, my needs. We attach a possessive, but that means that your group of people or you as an individual needs something that might be different than somebody else. Thanks for downloading, guys. I just want to say thank you for following me on Instagram. It's MATTSSAM. I especially want to give a shout out and thanks for feedback from Kelly and also Yona. Thanks for your comments. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.